Hey guys, welcome back to Whole Wellness. So yesterday I had a little bit of a rough day. I was having a good day until I hit a rough patch. In the afternoon, I had a meeting with my team about this new software that they want to implement. I had some good news right off the bat. First of all, I found out that my teammate was assigned or asked to be the point person for this transition. So he's getting this like promotion type responsibility added to his shoulders, and that explains why he got such a significant pay increase. And the responsibility that he's taking on, to be 100% transparent with you, is responsibility that you probably just could not pay me enough to take on. Towards the end of the meeting, I got really frustrated because there was a Q&A at the end. When I asked my questions, I found out, and they were pretty obvious questions, they had already been addressed and answered, and my boss simply had not communicated them to me. My bubble was burst because I thought I was a vital part of this team and was deserving of communication. And you guys know how much I hate that word deserving. I thought that I had a lot to contribute and that my opinion mattered and that I was a vital role of this team, and it makes me very much feel like I'm not. It's not the executive director and it's not really the finance director's job to communicate to me what's going on. It's my boss's job, and she's not doing it. So hopefully I got my point across yesterday when I asked my question, and very clearly and very much indicated my confusion and my loss to understand what the heck they were talking about. And my boss was like trying to explain in the meeting what was going to be happening when she should have prepared me for this meeting. Hopefully that was clear to the finance director and executive director that my boss was not doing the job that she was supposed to be doing in terms of informing me and communicating. So after the meeting was done, I went for a walk because I was very frustrated, but I did note that my finance director and executive director went into closed session with their door closed, just the two of them, for several minutes. So hopefully that was something they talked about. No one communicated with Ann what was going on or what the plan was. They all knew, I didn't. And that makes me feel very left out. It feels like my opinion doesn't matter. I'm fighting tears right now, again, because I'm hurt and my job matters to me, and I know that it shouldn't matter as much, but the home I came from, where title and authority and position and all that stuff was supposed to be so important, and I believe that I do have something to contribute. So I just feel I'm hovering between feeling crapped on and disrespected and fighting the feelings of being unlovable, unworthy, insignificant, and like dirt. Now, I don't want to get off on that tangent with my dad, because y'all know I love my dad. And ever since he passed away, I've been so grateful that I found peace and forgiveness before he passed. But also something of significance is that this is the first career challenge that I have dealt with in my life without his feedback and support and help and advice. And you guys have heard me talk about what kind of feedback, support, and advice he used to give. It was all that covert narcissist, everybody else is stupid and sucks, and passive aggressive type. I know everything, everybody should listen to me. So I fight that too, that mindset. So I'm trying to approach and deal with the last couple of months of upheaval at work, very logically, rationally, fairly, and not emotionally, not full of pride, not with a big fat ego. And that's hard. That's hard for me, because I have, for a while, had jobs that weren't where I had title, where I had authority, I had skill, I was using skill. And right now I am genuinely a glorified clerk. I'm not doing anything right now that a person with a high school diploma couldn't do with some training, truly. I'm not exercising judgment in most anything. As long as the guidelines were taught to an individual, they would be able to do it. Anybody with a high school diploma. Boy, you guys, by the way, little change of subjects here. The sunshine is poking out from behind a cloud. I'm sure you can tell based on what you see in the camera, but there's this big swath of clouds coming in today, and I'm enjoying a few minutes of sunshine before that happens. It is freaking cold here today, probably 12 degrees, 13, 14 degrees, with a wind chill because the winds are like 30 to gusts of 40 miles an hour, causing wind chills of, I think it was -8 this morning, -10, something like that. It is frigid. I don't know if you can kind of hear the of my tires on the snow in my neighborhood. I gotta get, my hands are freezing cold. I don't have my jacket on because I'm just going straight to work, but I've got a nice heavy wool sweater, a turtleneck. What a change from summer, huh? Anyway, yesterday was a rough day, but after I got out of the meeting, I went for a walk, and my gracious husband, I called and I said, can I just bend your ear for 2 minutes? And he said, sure. And I try not to do that to him very much. But yesterday was one of those days where I was like, I was walking and talking. I just needed to get the bad juju of emotion that was building up inside me out of my system. And after a few minutes on the phone with him, fortunately, it didn't take long for me to realize, you know what? Because he was like, you know, they've been dealing with this external audit. And that's another thing that, as I was telling you in recent vlogs about how my boss's attitude is just in the toilet. I have been struggling the last couple months. If you've watched any of my recent vlogs, you know there's been some stuff happening at work, and I've been dealing with a lot of my mental and emotional well-being and chaos internalized related to my job. For the first time in my life, I'm going through this career stuff without my dad, and it's very hard to, and also with this new healthy mindset and all that I know from counseling and all that I learned about where I come from and what my bad habits are, and trying to navigate this work situation in a responsible, professional, healthy way, so as, number one, not to shoot myself in the foot regarding this position right now until I decide for sure if I'm going to leave or not. And if I leave, if another opportunity comes along, what it's going to take for me to leave, what I'm looking for, what's going to sell me. And then also not shoot myself in the foot by burning a bridge with an organization that is very involved in the community and could potentially, you know, kill an opportunity for me. So I don't want to go that route either. So I'm trying to keep my chin up, trying to be calm, try not to react emotionally to any circumstance, try to keep smiling, try to keep being respectful to people, try to keep people, all my teammates, at an arm's length. We're just coworkers, we're not friends. It's just a tough situation. But after a few minutes on the phone with my husband yesterday, and him kind of reminding me, yeah, you know, you are a glorified clerk. You got to remember that. You get paid really well for being a clerk, and you don't want the responsibility of being anything more than that anyway. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, I don't. Deep down inside, and that's not something he's telling me that I don't already know. It's like I needed someone to tell me what I already know. Like, I have looked at many other job opportunities over the last 6 months, and pretty much every single one of them I'm qualified for, yet I don't want them, and I don't want to apply for them because I don't want that responsibility. I don't want to have direct reports. I don't want to be the decision maker. I have never wanted any of that stuff. That's not my natural gift. I am the type of person that leads better by just being who I am, and those who see my qualities as positives can be positively influenced if they so choose or not. It's kind of, I think, why this channel is so slow moving and why I don't have a ton of followers and stuff is because I don't really go through the work of making this channel what everyone else's channel is. I'm not fake. I'm not going to spend a bunch of money for fancy equipment and opportunistic situations and, you know, going on road trips and fancy clothes and getting my hair done. And what you see is what you get with me. And that's okay with me. Ooh, this looks slippery. Holy bananas. Hold everything. Oh my goodness. Wow, they need to come through here and put some sand down. Here we go, there's some sand. Oh, and I'm able to stop, thank goodness. Oh, you come down that hill there. Anyway, after talking with my husband for a little bit, it was relieving because I was like, why am I complaining? You know, why am I upset? Like, yes, my boss has a responsibility to communicate what's going on to me. Not just me, me and my teammate. And it's like she's communicating to my teammate and not to me. She has not done me any favors. She has not advocated for me. She's not been a fantastic boss. In the beginning, she was. But since this new finance director and executive director have come on board, my boss has been very, I don't know, I don't trust her. Anyway, so I kind of, after a few minutes talking with my husband yesterday, it was like, oh gosh, you know, I needed the walk, the fresh air, get the bad juju out of my system. It helped me a lot. Kind of helped me realize that, you know, I don't want a title, authority, responsibility, all that other stuff. I kind of want to just do my job in a capacity of being clerical. My favorite job of all time was being a staff accountant for management companies, CPA firms. The only thing that I don't like about that job is the wonky, funky clients that are occasionally a pain in the butt because they refuse to upgrade software, they refuse to meet deadlines, and so on and so forth. Now, they are the minority, but that has been my favorite job. Anyway, how many times have I said that? I'm just arriving to work, so I gotta say bye pretty soon, but more struggles at work, and this software implementation, which originally was being talked about for 2 years from now, and how it would look and what we would need and what we'd need to do. Apparently, then they changed it to a 6-month implementation, and I found out in the meeting yesterday that they're talking 1/1. And so I think that this is something that's been in the works for a while that I probably should have been told about a long time ago. I'm not going to get back on that again, but I think it's all tied together, and that's why my teammate got that 8% increase. I was up at 5 o'clock this morning. The one thing about when it's frigid cold out compared to when it's 35 degrees out is that I do not have to worry. See, now why does my boss park like 15 feet back from the fire hydrant? Another car could fit in here easily. I'm gonna park right in front of her and make it clear that, yeah, another car could fit in here and they can still get to the fire hydrant. I'm such a shit. I'm like, I park here all the time, and instead of parking in my spot, she's parking 15 feet back so a car can't fit in here. She did it yesterday, and now she did it again today, and I'm like, F that. There's plenty of, plus we're on a corner. Someone can park, the fire truck can pull right up to the hydrant and hook up. There is no blocking the hydrant. Oh, I think I'm early for work. What time is it? Yep, I'm about 10 minutes early, so I'm going to take the last few minutes. The walk was so good for me yesterday, and I'm grateful that my husband let me vent and reminded me in my moment of out of control emotions that I don't want the responsibility. I don't want the authority. I can choose to be mad and resentful towards my boss for not communicating with me, or I can choose to just accept things for the way they are and just do my job to the best of my ability and be happy that I don't have and I won't have the responsibility and the stress that the others will have and currently have, I'm sure, with regards to this software implementation. Any errors or problems or issues will fall on them, not on me. All in all, I'm feeling much better today. After my walk yesterday, I was able to get my head level again and get back to this rational, logical place. I think that is an important lesson, and I can't stress it enough, that when your emotions start rearing their ugly head, rein them in as quickly and as tightly as you possibly can, because your emotions are going to lie to you. I don't want the responsibility anyway, so who the heck cares, right, about what I know and what I don't know? Truly. That's what it comes down to. Now I got to get into work. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for tuning in to Whole Wellness. Till next time. Bye.